Did you stop on your way in, or did you stop when you got here?
I stopped on my way in. I was done. This morning was one of those mornings where it was like dark outside and the rain in the background, and didn't go to bed till almost midnight last night. I had a meeting, and it was like a little before 4. I decided I'm just gonna stop by my house, drop off some groceries, head back to the office.
Yeah.
I get into my garage, and then the power goes out. So I'm stuck in there. Couldn't figure out how to, I was manually trying to get the garage door open to leave, couldn't. So I don't get good cell service in my place, so I have a micro cell, which doesn't work if there's no power. So I had no Wi-Fi, I couldn't make calls, couldn't do anything because there was no power. So I was stuck there. So sent me back last night.
How long were you stuck in the garage?
I wasn't stuck in the garage, I was stuck.
How long were you stuck at your house?
It came back on at like 6. So I was totally behind, couldn't really get anything done. And then we had a bowling date last night, so I didn't want to cancel it. So I'm totally behind.
It strikes?
No, we go to AMF Rockland. I like it better, it's smaller. $2 Tuesdays. We played 3 games, we each drank 1 PBR, and we rented shoes, all for $20.
What a big deal.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a steal. I bowled a proud 110.
Nice. Is that a good number?
I think it's extraordinary. Rick bowled a 182, I think.
That's good. Wow.
Yeah.
I think much better than me. When we were in Belize, we played at this 4-lane manual place. I did a 122. I was on fire.
Nice.
Something about being full of booze and vacation just makes you better at everything.
That's why I put bourbon in my coffee.
Exactly.
Good way to start the day. Alright, so we need to turn a little bit less of stuff, more of Katie and Jeff.
I will be in Salt Lake virtually starting at 10 o'clock this morning, running interviews all day.
Okay.
These are like enormous.
There. Do you want small? There's small ones right there.
Those
or those ones.
I mean,
You want to swap with these?
they're too big for my head.
With these look smaller.
All right, let's check mics. Everybody
Wait, I need
got
to switch. These are too big for my
things
head.
another. How could they be too big for your head? You just slide them up and down.
Just don't adjust.
Yes, they do.
Show me, because I'm too dumb apparently. Oh wait, here we go.
Oh, now you just
Oh.
broke it. Well, there's another set here.
Okay, no.
That's okay. They're all
Yay, okay.
they're only $79.95 a pair. Don't worry about it.
What, Jeff? What contact? Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Can you hear it? Okay.
Testing Wednesday rainy morning.
Test. Testing 1 2.
Again.
Testing 1 2 3.
Awesome.
Were you guys hearing the radio right then?
Yeah.
Okay. You were hearing yourselves.
Yeah. Radio.
Okay.
I could hear Jerry.
I couldn't hear him at all.
You know, just do what contact info do you want to give? Phone number, email, website.
Rivercats.com.
Okay.
You shouldn't need to call him, right?
371.
I don't know.
371 hits.
HITS. Okay.
And then let's see. I guess I'm trying to think of
Does the River Cats,
tickets at rivercats.com.
do they have a foundation? You guys have a foundation,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so we can talk about that too, kind of some
Yes.
community things that are going on.
Yeah.
We had solar
So,
or
Sylvia Montalvo.
solar.
SolarWorks USA?
Sunworks.
Sunworks USA. Thank you.
Uh huh.
Shirley Montalvo.
The one that works with you guys.
I don't know her, but yeah, they're a sponsor for one more year with us.
Okay, we want to talk about that then. about the
Well, we have a
foundation.
new bigger solar sponsor, and I'm forgetting their name.
They all have the same damn name. That's the problem.
It's a problem.
Solar Sun. Sun works. Sun Solar. Solar works. Solar Sun.
Solar power.
Solar power.
Core
Powered
solar.
solar.
Core
Everything's
power. Actually, that's
solar.
a yoga studio, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's not like a yoga studio.
I actually want to go to our foundation. I forget what our in the fitting segment is this year.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking we should get Blood Source on the show in nonprofit month, and then you should donate blood on the radio.
That'd be great.
You would do it?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll hook
Well,
it up.
and
My friend works there. I've been asking her if they want to come on.
Yeah, because the president, Rob Van Tile, used to be a client of ours.
Oh, really?
Years and years ago when he was getting out of
All right.
a startup company, so we helped him. We worked through that. on
We'll
his
do
personal stuff.
sensational media.
Yeah.
Have them come in here and
That'd be great.
plug you in. And I'll do it too, I guess. I need to get up
Can
early
you?
and eat cookies in the morning, though, or otherwise I'll pass out on the show.
We're focusing on math and science this year. Okay.
My daughter keeps trying to give blood, but she can't.
Too small?
She's small. It takes too long. And they had to leave it too long. So, even though they took some blood out of her, they couldn't use it. So
I'm O positive, so I think that's pretty, like...
that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm O neg. So
Isn't that the universal donor?
yeah.
So they want your blood for sure, then.
Yeah. No,
I can
you have to
find
go to the left
Oh.
in that room right there. One minute.
What kind of controversy can we drum up today?
I'm sure we can find something.
And then next week we have First Tee
Okay.
on. I don't know exactly who it's Angel or Angela.
Well, there were a couple of people. Are they all going to be on?
I don't
game?
think Larry's coming. I think so. We'll just say First Tee Greater Sacramento.
Okay.
They didn't get back to me yesterday.
Good thing to do in spring. Such as it is.
The CLA golf tournament. We can talk a little bit about that. The unofficial golf. I am the tournament
I saw that.
trophy holder from
For
last
the
year.
beef light.
Well, I shot a 109 and somehow I won the trophy. Kind of felt guilty taking it.
Nah, take it.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh.
No one was winning any awards that day.
Not necessarily.
Is that on? Over there? Okay.
Morning.
Got volume there. If you do.
I gave them that information last week. That makes sense.
That's right. CLA Connect. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Numbers on Money 105.5 FM, part of the Wall Street Business Network. I am your co-host, Mark Bellows. I am a principal with Clifton Larson Allen, CLA, and I am a tax guy, so it's a busy time of year. I work with manufacturers and distributors, contractors, real estate investors and developers, some service businesses, and an occasional professional sports franchise, and which ties into our guest today. And then my co-host, which we're going to get that intro fixed up pretty soon.
We've been trying.
I know, we'll get there. We'll get there, Katie. It only took a
Good
couple months to
morning.
change. So
Katie McConnell here with Clifton Larson Allen, hiring and consulting practice leader. Busy always, it seems like. Lots of hiring going on.
Lots of hiring going on, yeah.
In the California region
it
right
continues
now,
to
which
be really
is
strong
great,
in terms
so.
of the job market.
Specialty in construction, and there's a lot of that going on right now.
Yep.
A
Although
lot
a
of
day like
new-
today, probably not as much.
You
right?
know, I actually have been working quite a bit with different earthwork companies, and
Okay.
believe it or not, the rain makes them very busy.
Okay.
There's a lot with water runoff,
Oh, yeah.
grading and paving,
Yeah.
stormwater certification for California, all kinds of stuff. So they're very busy.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
Economy's good. So what's going on? We have what happened this weekend? March Madness. Your bracket? Did you have a bracket? I had a bracket. It got killed when Villanova lost. Jerry, did you have a bracket? No. Our guest today, Jeff Savage. Morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
Jeff's the
So you have
president of
your
the River
River Cats
Cats.
shirt
I do.
too,
River
huh?
Cats. This is from the
Representing.
Foundation Golf Tournament. Did you do you have a bracket?
I do. I do have a bracket.
And how is your bracket doing?
I have 12 of the 16
Wow,
still in it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That was good. I think I probably have like 6 or something. It didn't go well.
I know nothing of this.
Well, remember, it's one of the biggest gambling things in the U.S. It's pretty crazy. And so the advice typically is don't be the person taking the money. If they ever go after anybody, it's going to be the guy taking the money. It's not going to be the people participating. Hey, so how much email do you get a day, Katie?
I manage a couple inboxes.
Okay.
If you want to reach me, by the way, katie.mcconnell@claconnect.com. We also have a general hiring inbox for the practice. So probably between 100 and 250 emails.
Yeah. In that one?
Combined
Or your
between
20?
the two.
Okay.
It's insane.
I get a lot more than that.
Really?
It isn't. Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
I
Well,
have-
your 250
my
is
team
good
and I
number,
have a
that's fine.
system to sort of flag for follow-up, act now, hold FYI. We color code everything just to keep the flow going.
And I typically will take mine and move it to various other boxes to deal with later, to do client, to do non-client, etc. I mean,
Oh no, mine is in like the inbox. It's cleaned out by the end of the day.
Yeah, well, my
Every day.
main inbox is clean, but everything else is in a to-do box. It doesn't clean. But there's a behavioral economist at Duke University, a guy by the name of Dan Ariely.
Oh, I know. He's written a couple books.
Yeah,
he wrote the Upside of Irrational,
Nice.
and he wrote another. I've read all of his stuff. Interesting guy.
Yeah, he says he's attempted to puzzle out the intricacies of human motivation and decision making. And 2 threads come up often in his research as why people so often make choices that leave them worse off, and how tweaking small things might ward off needless, irrational suffering. So, behavioral scientist, that makes sense, right? So when he was doing that, he
I'll
thought
keep
about
that in mind next time I'm at Target looking at the boxed wine on sale. Needless, irrational suffering.
That is needless,
Okay.
irrational. You should go to Bevmo or something. It's better than Target.
There's better boxed wine over there.
Yeah. So when he realized that reading and sending emails was consuming an ever-expanding portion of his time, which it does mine, and I get very caught up in that. Jeff, you get a lot of emails a day.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
It's frustrating. But anyway, so he wondered if there's something he and others could do to manage their online correspondence. Real quick, the consultant from McKinsey estimates that knowledge workers spend a little over a quarter of the workdays managing email. Would you
Such
say
a
that's
waste of time.
true to you?
Well, I'm in hiring, so a lot of my resumes and candidates come through email.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a little bit of an exception to the rule because I have to review
Right.
applicants that way.
I know, I get it all the time. It's crazy. Anyway, it says in a 2002 paper, researchers found that for 70% of the messages, it took workers an average of only 6 seconds to react to a notification indicating an email was unread. So you get the notification, boom, all of a sudden people respond to that. So,
Right.
So Ariel says the first thing we should question is the idea that all emails are created equal. Should each email be able to interrupt people? That's one of his things he looked at. And he says,
And Harvard is paying him to come up with this
Duke.
stuff? Oh, Duke.
He
Oh,
posted a
right.
statement, which I think Duke is still in it, or they.
That's revolutionary, by the way. Not all things are important.
I know, right? But people think that way with email. Oh, you see, well, text messages, right? I mean, how many people, as soon as a text message comes up, they have to respond, even if it's, something that doesn't seem to be totally important. Anyway, he posted a survey to blog asking respondents to review the last 40 emails they received, saying how long they could have waited to read it. Right away, 2 hours later, a week later, or never.
Well, I have a 24-hour policy that everything should be returned, even if it's just to tell you,
I agree.
you know what, I'll get this later.
So anyway, the respondents said of the emails they get, 12% needed to be responded to within 5 minutes, 7% within 1 hour, 4% within 4 hours. So 20 some odd percent needed to be responded to within 4 hours. All the rest is after 4 hours because there's a lot of non-urgency
Well, and I
stuff.
think if you need a response within the hour, pick up the phone.
Yeah, and that's
Or send
exactly
a
what he
text.
said. That's exactly what he said. You could have co-written this with him.
Or you can do like some people do and do all three.
Yeah.
Email
Right.
and then
Yeah.
immediately call right after and ask if I got your email, which
Yeah.
you just sent me, and also send me a text just to make sure.
So what he's done is he's developed an app called Filter, F-I-L-T-R, Filter, no E, Filter. It lets users make simple rules based on the sender about when an email will show up in their inbox. So if the sender is your family, it'll show up now. If the sender is a business associate, it shows up now. If it's a client now. If it's someone else, it shows up in an hour or at a pre-approved time. Maybe I want all of this category of people's emails to show up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So rather than sit in your inbox and you're going to deal with it at 3, it doesn't come into your inbox until 3 using Filter.
I've also developed a system. It's just called Closing Outlook. And then
great
you just
system.
you just open it when you feel like it,
Yeah.
and then you close it, and then it works the same way.
Well,
It's totally free.
They said there are 2 different types of batching. The first is the one you're talking about, which is you look at them at certain times. But the others you could use an app like Filter.
Right.
He's also got Short Whale, is another app he developed, Short Whale, that makes emails arrive in a form that's easier for recipients to process. So, but people, when you do use short mail, people have to actually go in and say whether or not it's urgent. We
And
know
then you
people
gotta
do.
probably
Everyone says
log
it's
in
urgent.
and forget your
exactly.
password.
That's exactly right.
Just turn it off
I
and
know.
use a little time management.
Yeah. So anyway, it's interesting that the email can be so all-consuming of people, and you just got to develop a system where you don't get caught up in it because it's just too easy to do.
Right.
What have you got there?
Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
Yeah, so apparently there was a fail. These happen periodically.
Yeah.
Streetcar named Desire, missing the M in named. He wrote.
It had everything else though. A streetcar,
A streetcar, N-A,
Desire.
E-D, Desire.
Okay.
He spun the wheel, selected K, which would have meant a streetcar naked Desire.
Yeah. And it was wrong. He didn't get it.
He did not, so he lost out. I'm just hung up on Pat Sajak though. I feel like he looks like he's turning into a claymation or something.
Yeah. Maybe he's
Right?
had a little surgery.
He's not getting older. He's just he's getting more and more Teletubby like. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's bizarre, huh?
It is.
How about Alex?
How about
whom
Vanna
you
White
know?
though? Vanna
Yes.
White
I
looks.
thought Vanna was
She's
gone.
like
She's
70
still
years
around.
old or something, and she looks amazing.
So Alex Trebek.
I
How's
don't know
Alex
Alex.
look?
I
come
mean,
on.
we go way back to 2003 when I met him once at the Sunrise Mall. Yeah.
But you have your picture with him.
I do have a picture of him.
Because you were in the running to be a contestant
I
on
did
Jeopardy.
win a T-shirt, which my dad probably
Nice.
still wears to do yard work today.
Well, we're going to take a break and when we come back, we'll be joined more fully with our guest today. Excuse me, Jeff Savage, the president of the Sacramento River Cats. You're listening to Beyond the Numbers. I had a little skin cancer taken off my ear, and so I just can't.
Oh my gosh.
Anytime I touch the phone, anything in my ear. Oh,
melanoma?
precancerous.
Oh wow.
It was just non-skin cancers.
That's it. You gotta be careful of that because golf and everything now. You don't put sunscreen here on
I
your
started
ears.
doing it because they cut one off my ear last year. So I always bothered my ears. But that's what people don't think about. So,
No fun.
no.
Yeah.
So this was at El Macero last year.
Yes.
Where are you guys going to be this year?
El Macero.
Same place? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So.
Have you played out there? Sorry.
June.
No, where is it?
June 12th. Well, it's in an area of Davis, but the people there call it El Macero. Okay. El
Oh.
Macero.
Yeah.
I used to have a client years ago, and he's like, "Oh, this is Carl from El Macero."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
I
on.
play a Davis meeting.
Yeah, I knew you play there. So.
Yeah. As you're going cutting through Davis from here, it's on the left side. Kind of. Yeah.
So June something.
I want to say it's June 12th. Is what's ringing a bell?
And that's for the foundation.
Yes. Yep.
It's a good tournament. You can pay extra and get a player to play with you or
Yeah.
like you or something.
Yeah, which is hard because
Yeah.
we can't control the players.
Yeah,
You know, we
right.
can ask them
Yeah.
nicely, hey, can you please come golf? And they have a tough schedule. They have, last year they had 5 off days or 6 off days. So it's,
Yeah.
Sounds like our schedule right now.
Yeah, so that's tough for them to do. So
yeah, especially the guys with families. The last thing they want to do is hang out with.
We're back.
yeah. And we're back. You're listening to Beyond the Numbers on Money 105.5 FM, part of the Wall Street Business Network. It's Wednesday, March 22nd. A nice rainy
is
day
correct.
here.
22nd.
It's a nice rainy day here in Sacramento. It took me 50 minutes to get in, at leaving at 6:20. It took you an hour or something to get
Hour
in.
and 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot of traffic out there today, so be careful if you're driving in. And Jeff, it took you, what, 14 minutes to get here, you said?
Right, yeah, right around there.
So it's a tough commute today. Good morning. How's it going?
I'm doing well.
Good. Jeff is the president, sorry, of the Sacramento
I was
Cats.
going to steal
Go
your
for it,
thunder
go for
there
it.
and say the same thing.
He's president of the Sacramento River Cats.
Yes.
Minor league baseball team, AAA team, affiliated with the Giants for this will be the third year?
Our 3rd year with the Giants, yes.
Third year. And so how did last year go?
It went well. It went well. It's there's a lot of Giants fans in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially after the few, what do you call it? World Series.
World Series,
wins.
yes, as you call them.
Yes. Yeah, and you get to see the young guys come through, and then the guys who may be on the disabled list come down and play a couple games with us. So, yeah, it's going really well.
That's great.
My parents always love coming down and going to a game. For my dad's birthday a few years ago, we had his happy birthday put on the screen.
Oh, fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, Raley Field's a great facility.
Oh yeah.
It really is a really nice facility. I was in Indianapolis last September for a conference, and it was right next to, I was at the JW Marriott, which is right next to where the Indians.
Yeah.
I actually have it written down. But the Indians, that's where they play, and that looked like a nice field as well. I mean, it was closed, so I couldn't go and look at it, but I mean, Raley Field was so nice.
It's just so Sacramento with the Gold Bridge in the background and
Yeah.
the skyline, and I haven't been out there since the new arena's been up, so I wonder, can you see the arena from the...
You can't quite see it. You can see some cranes.
Got it.
Yeah. And how about the lights at night? You can see that when the...
Yeah, no, I mean, but having the arena downtown is, I mean, we think it's great. It just brings a little bit more excitement and more restaurants and helps make everything a little bit more walkable.
Right.
Which is great for everyone in the Sacramento region.
Now, does anyone that goes to the arena, do they park over on West Sac side?
No, they do not.
Okay.
That is something that we are not implementing.
Okay. Stay away. Well, that's right. And in West Sac, I heard they're going to be putting up the meters, like on a lot of the streets, right? Or
Yeah, they are.
in
In fact,
areas, so.
Sacramento will be monitoring the West Sacramento meters.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So Raley Field, how long has Raley Field been open?
So it was opened in 2000, so we're entering our 18th baseball season.
18th season. And of those, how many times have the River Cats led in the league in attendance?
Oh boy, I would say probably 12.
Wow.
I mean, yeah,
12 times.
about 12
That's
times.
great.
Yeah. So we're consistently 1 or 2, and so I mean that's a huge testament to the region and how much people love baseball here.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll pat ourselves on the back a little bit, and we're providing a facility that people want to come to and hang out and enjoy a game of baseball and be with family and friends.
Absolutely, and you can do it pretty inexpensively too.
Yes.
You know, it's fun to throw out a picnic blanket on the lawn seats and have a bite to eat, and you can do it on the cheap as compared to going to a basketball game and it's
Oh, yeah.
$50.
Yeah, a little bit more to go
Just
to
a
the
park,
Kings game.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we hear that all the time of people saying, well, geez, I could go to the Bay Area to a Giants or A's game, or I can, you know, come your way and save a lot of money, and the experience is almost the same quality of baseball, and it's a probably a little bit more family friendly.
Yeah. I think it's a really nice facility. I really enjoy going there times I can.
By the way, in case you want to call into the show
Yeah.
and talk to Jeff or ask Jeff any questions,
866-576-1055. Thank you, Katie. That's the call-in number here. 866-576-1055. You can call in. We'll take questions. Jeff will be happy to answer any questions on the air.
I have a question. It's Business and Sports Month for us
Yes.
in March here on Money 105.5. The business of baseball. What is that all about? I mean, I know that you guys pay your players, right? They make some kind of a salary. You
Actually,
don't
it's
pay
in
the players.
AAA. Yeah, tell her how that
Yeah.
works in AAA.
So it's unique in AAA. We do not pay the players.
Huh.
The players are paid by our major league affiliate, the San Francisco Giants.
Ah, okay.
And so they pay all of our players and coaches. Our job is to provide a facility for their players to, in essence, train, get ready for the big leagues. So our job is to sell tickets, sell sponsorships, merchandise, and then bring in other events outside of the baseball season. But obviously our bread and butter is baseball, and that's what we're focusing on.
So the
Didn't know.
positive to that is that you don't have to foot the bill on all those salaries and therefore charge a lot more. The downside to that is that you're kind of at the Giants' whim. So if a player's going to get called up, they could be, and it's happened over the years. You have a really fantastic player that Sacramento just loves, then all of a sudden he gets called up to the major league team and he's gone.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
So you kind of live to learn with that. We typically don't promote our players because players that are really good and people really want to see
They're going to go up.
aren't going to be around very long with us. So and we'll have a couple of those players most likely start the season with us, and so depending on, you know, they could go up to the Giants pretty quick. So
And
That was
same-
really interesting. I did not know that.
Same thing with coaches too, right? You're kind of you don't hire your coach. The Giants do.
Yeah.
And so you get the head coach, the pitching coach, the bullpen coach, whatever, all the various base coaches, they could all change.
yeah, those are all Giants employees.
So who's the head coach this year?
This year his name is Dave Brundage.
Okay.
He was the manager in the Phillies AAA team out on the East Coast, Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
Okay.
And
The Iron Pigs. That's a good
yeah,
name.
so he is his first year with us, and our manager last year, Jose Alguacil, he just got moved up, and he's the first base coach for the Giants.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how many coaches are there?
We
For the
have,
Cats.
let's see, we have the manager, pitching coach, hitting coach, strength coach, and trainer.
Okay.
So five on the staff.
Five. All right.
Yeah.
And 8 on the team, right? 6.
on the team, well, the play at a time is
Right.
9.
9, okay.
Right, 9 on the field.
Got it.
How many total players do you have?
There's a 25-man
25.
roster.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Mind
It's-
blown over here.
Yeah, you're learning more every day.
Business and Sports Month has been very enlightening for me.
Yeah. So, excuse me, of the 25, how many, the Giants determine how many are pitchers, how many are catchers, all that stuff, right? So
Correct. Yeah.
So you guys don't have any say in that at all.
No, none whatsoever.
But they're not going to leave you with 18 pitchers and 7 fielders. I mean, they're going to stock it appropriately because
Yeah.
they're trying to look out for their interest in terms of having players ready to move up if need be.
Yeah, they need the appropriate balance, to fill in holes when injuries occur or retirements or trades, and
Right.
so they need to get our guys as ready as possible. And you've seen that over the years. Last year in particular, the Giants had a ton of injuries, and our roster really helped fill that out. And the Giants played wonderful during that period of time.
Yeah.
Actually, we suffered a little bit as a result, but that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the suffering being that your record wasn't as.
Our win-loss record
Yeah.
isn't as great, but that's not the main focus all the time at AAA.
Right.
It's getting people ready for the big leagues. Everyone wants to win, obviously, but I found our fans oftentimes don't even know what the final score is. It's yes, the diehards do, and they definitely pay attention.
Yeah.
But the average fan coming out to the game, they're out on a company picnic, or they're hanging out with their friends, or they're enjoying one of our promotions, and it's more spending time
The
with,
whole experience.
yeah, tasting the food and
Sure.
getting some sun.
And Dinger.
And Dinger.
Tried to have
Dinger's
him on the show, but I don't think he talks, so that would have been kind of awkward.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
he doesn't
talk.
Well, then that wouldn't have been
Yeah.
good. Thanks for coming instead.
great. Yeah.
Of course.
Could have had an interpreter. But
We're here talking with Jeff Savage, president of the River Cats.
Sacramento River Cats, AAA affiliated of the San Francisco Giants. So the River Cats have been in town since the 18th season.
Correct.
The team was started by your father.
Yes, my mother and father purchased the team in 1998. They were in Vancouver. The Vancouver. Do you know what the name of the team was?
Fail there because we've had the show before, and I know you told us before, so I don't remember.
Was
Yeah.
it some kind of animal?
No,
Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
the Canadians. The
Oh.
Vancouver Canadians.
Canadians.
That's so
Pretty
creative.
sick. Yeah.
I never would have thought it.
So they purchased the Canadians and brought them to Sacramento.
And brought them to Sacramento. Sacramento was the largest market without an affiliated baseball team, and so it was really a natural fit. And they were in the Bay Area at the time, and so just kind of moved on over, and it's been a great success.
That's great. Yeah. And your father was involved with
Previously, the San Jose
baseball.
Sharks,
Sharks. Oh, Sharks. That's right.
and then the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Nice. So.
A little hockey, a little Cavaliers basketball, right?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Current world champions.
Oh.
Yeah. So Cleveland Cavaliers. So last year, what was new with the ballpark? And maybe kind of tell us what was new in 2016 season and what worked, and then leading into what's going to be different for 17.
Yeah, so our strategy each year is we do want to keep improving on the stadium, and the fans are getting used to going to really nice ballparks and nice stadiums, and so it forces us to really up our game, and that's been a strategy of ours. Is we'll make major investments in the stadium each year as we go along. So a couple years ago, for example, we opened up the Western Health Advantage Legacy Club, and that's been a huge success, and we rent that out for private functions, and it's a season ticket holder place, all you can eat venue during our games. And then last year we invested in a new LED video board,
Right.
120-foot long board, and so then leading into this year we've done a couple major improvements. First, we've rebranded all of our concession stands, and so each one has sort of a different look, sort of a regional appeal to it. So, for example, we have the Bridges Grill, or the Cadillac Diner,
Okay.
the Golden Spike Chop House, and sort of paying homage to Sacramento, our
Yeah.
bridges, our railroad history, and at each of these places there'll be some different food offerings. Oso's Mexican Cantina is a new storefront that we've created. So, we listened to our fans' feedback. Oso's in particular, that was a you know, we heard from our fans, and they really wanted more Mexican food options. So
Zach got
Who
it.
doesn't?
yeah, so there we go. we created it, and so we're really excited to offer this to our fans this year, and I think they'll really enjoy some of the offerings and just the new look that you'll see on the concourse.
Right.
And then our other kind of major improvement is we totally redid our kids area, which we call Down on the Farm. We have installed a new playground, and it looks just like the Tower Bridge. And so it's angled the exact same way.
Oh, cool.
There's a mini Tower Bridge,
Right.
and then you look up, and then there's the real Tower Bridge right there. And so that's going to be a fun area, free for everyone this year. And then we created some misting pads as well.
Ooh, that's nice.
So
Those hot days. Yeah.
my children have already tested it out, and we've got approval. So I'm really excited for everyone else in the region to come on out and check it out.
So are the Misty Pads as part of the kids'
Yes.
play
Yes.
area? Is that what's it called? The kid down on the farm.
Down on the farm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I remember a couple years ago you had the like the jumpy house and the slide kind of stuff. Is that the inflatables? Are they still
We have retired those.
Okay.
Yes.
done and gone?
Yeah.
AKA workers' comp came calling. Liability insurance bill went up.
No.
Change your plans.
All right, we're going to take a break. You're listening to Beyond the Numbers on Money 105.5 FM, part of the Wall Street Business Network. We'll be right back. I remember, it seemed like last year they weren't there, but I couldn't remember.
Well, part of the problem is they're hard to maintain after a while,
Oh, that.
and they get dirty, and then they break, and they have holes in them, and you have to send them out to patch them up, and you know, staffing and just watching the kids a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely.
So where is the kids area, the new kids area?
So it's in the same spot it was last year, which was it's behind the outfield berm.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you get to some games last year?
One, I think. Maybe. Used to go all the time when we had our startup. We had a suite, so we went constantly.
Which company?
Claire Pringle, Dave Pringle and Associates.
Okay.
Conglomerate. Yep. So we went all the time.
Dave also had those 4 seats like right behind, between
Yeah.
home plate and third base. Because I actually went there with Ken one time. Ken, my wife and I. But it was like a Tuesday day game. It was hot as hell.
Yeah, I went quite a bit when we
made it
had
through
that.
5 innings and we're like, we're out of here.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so hot.
And we had the suite all the time. And
Yeah.
we would never drink all the beers. We'd like stuff it in our pockets and walk.
You're not supposed to do that.
I know. But we were a startup, so we probably brought them back next time. Yeah, we were bad.
Yeah, we split this suite with Jeff last year. I don't think we're doing that this year though.
Oh, you're not?
I don't know.
I thought.
Maybe we
CLA
are.
split a suite with
No,
you?
Glenn did. See, I don't know if
Well, that's what I mean. No, we don't do anything. They're not even paying for the green fees for the golf.
I know. But maybe John and Don and some Ross worked a deal. So hopefully, because I enjoyed going to that. It's
Yeah.
nice. Jeff's got a nice suite there.
I thought he was optimistic about getting CLA on board, but
Well, I shouldn't speak out of turn. Maybe they worked out a way to make it happen.
So I hope so.
I hope so too.
We're all
'cause-
optimistic about everything.
Because that's a nice suite. And then going down to the Western Health Advantage, that area.
Yep.
We'll stand out on the patio there, which is such a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some mixers there.
We have.
SARA, Sacramento Area Human Resources. Yep. What's-
During a game or non-game day?
It was a non-game
Yeah.
day. They just used the venue.
Okay.
It must have been 2 Julys ago. It was really hot. I remember that. I don't remember the details.
Do you guys ever look at possibly like putting misters out in something like that?
We have. In fact, that reminds me. We were gonna buy some misting fans. Yeah, I gotta see what the status is on that.
What I wonder about, does it make the ground slick?
Well, yeah, you have to be. We've had a misting kind of machine out before, and yes, it leaked and made the ground really wet.
And then you've got risk there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tough one at times.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But the new kids area, it's going to be on a kind of a grassy little area, and AstroTurf area, and so.
So is the bridge like the kids can run across then? Is that one of those kind of things?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a big bridge, and you can run across it, and then let's see, I'll find a picture of it somewhere. And then there's slides coming off of it.
No, fun.
So, yeah, it's a
My kids are a little old for it, but we'll still have to go check it out.
yeah, it's a cool. I have a couple pictures of it where it looks impressive from a distance. It's like, oh, cool, what's that? Well, here it is from one side.
Oh, that is cool. Look at that. Nice. Is that looking from inside the park?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Nice.
So, I know I have one showing. Oh yeah. So you can kind of see it from a.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Same
And
angle.
we're back. You listen to Beyond the Numbers on Money 105.5 FM, part of the Wall Street Business Network.
Morning.
Good morning, Katie. Katie and Mark here, both of us with Clifton Larson Ellen.
That's right.
Mark.bellows at civilaconnect.com or 916-784-7800. You can also use that number to get hold of Katie, and you can her email address is.
Katie.mcconnell at claconnect.com.
And during the break, our guest today, Jeff Savage, president of the Sacramento River Cats, the AAA baseball team housed here in Sacramento. Housed, I don't know if that sounds right. Running here in Sacramento. But Jeff's showing us pictures of the play area, so it's a neat looking play area.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to talk about was the way that River Cats gives back to the community. So you guys have a foundation.
We do.
That's about all I know.
And I actually have a golf tournament every year. I went to it last year, got this nice shirt, so I'm wearing my foundation shirt. So how does the foundation work?
Yeah, so the River Cats Foundation is a 501c3, and each year we give to different types of organizations. We have kind of a rotating schedule. And so this year it's math and science are the entities that we'll focus on. And we raise money through our golf tournaments. We have a 50-50 raffles that we conduct at the stadium now. And so we'll sit down here really soon and look at our applications that came in at the beginning of the year and figure out who we're going to distribute our funds to.
Nice. And so how does that 50-50 raffle work? Because last year was the first year you guys did it, right? And you were one of the first sports organizations in the state to do that.
We were one of the first. In fact, I think we were the only minor league team to do it. All the other teams were major league franchises. But yeah, it's you buy a ticket. A $20 ticket will give you 80 entries into a raffle. At the end of the night, we will pull a ticket, and the winner will get half the pot, and the other half the pot will go to a nonprofit. Sometimes it is the foundation, the River Cats Foundation, and other times it's other local charities. And so we've been working with a lot of 501c3s that have benefited from this. And not only does it help in the form of monetary funds, but then there's promotion while they're at the stadium.
Right. And so is that every game during the season, or certain games?
We'll do the 50-50 raffle every single game this year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's another source, a fundraising source, and it's been pretty successful.
Now, do you have somebody on staff that leads the foundation efforts, or is that on your plate also?
Yeah, there's we have a board of directors, and so there's a few folks that are more hands-on throughout the season. But yeah, I'm intimately involved with it, and it's something it's important to us, and it was established when we first came to the Sacramento region, and we saw it as a way to get back to the community and be a part of the community, and so we're happy to give in that vein.
So what was I going to ask? Parking? How's parking been for you guys?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, parking is actually gone pretty smooth the last couple of years. We are continuing with the program of if 4 or more can park for free as long as you log on and visit Lasher Auto Group and print out a voucher.
Wow, so Lasher Auto Group was sponsoring
Yes.
That's great. So if you have 4 more in your vehicle and you've got the printout from last year, you can get in a free park.
Correct.
Park free.
Yeah, the carpool program.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and then we have our free bike valet as well. Yeah, continuing to try to limit our footprint.
Certainly.
Yeah. So what things happen at the stadium during non-baseball season or outside the season? What other things have we had this year?
Yeah, it seems like we're always busy with other events. There's always private company rentals and mixers. We just had the Fleet Feet held a race recently, the Shamrock Inn half marathon, and they also had a 5K and a 10K, and that race has been going on for several years now, and that's a really fun one.
Concerts still going on?
Concerts, we are just about to announce a concert. We haven't had one in a few years, but
yeah.
we're going to get back into the mix here. So actually, perhaps later this week or early next week, we will.
Is that going to be after a game or during a non-game time?
It'd be when we're on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
didn't you guys host City of Trees or some other music festival there?
We did not.
No.
I think they had it in West Sac, but I don't think it was.
I saw Kiss there at Raley Field. I actually met Gene Simmons, got to go backstage. He's not aging as well as Pat Sajak, I'll tell you that. No.
I have a couple good pictures with myself with Gene as well from that show.
That was, I feel like I still have nightmares about his front side and his back side, if you remember the leather pants that were missing select pieces from the back.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Was it a good musical concert though?
It was a ton of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually was with a CPA firm, and we did the audit for the nonprofit that put that on at the time. So we were right in the front row, and they had it set up, right on home plate basically. Food was great, beautifully done. Got to go backstage.
Was it just Kiss, or was there other bands with them?
Something with Heart and Kiss?
Maybe.
I think Heart may have opened.
I can't remember.
That's funny.
This was 2011, I think, so it's been a little while.
Yeah. No, but I hear it all the time. When are you going to do another show? When are you going to do another show? Because it really is, an outdoor concert in the middle of the summer in the evening it's the perfect venue for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the show, do you allow fans on the field? First question, or concert goers on the field?
We do.
So how long does it take to get the field back to being ready to play baseball?
Well, that's the tricky part about hosting concerts during the baseball season. We need to put special flooring down to protect the infield.
Right.
And then we do need to do some work on the field after the show once this flooring is lifted up, and
I can imagine,
and there's oftentimes repairs that are needed to be done. And so it is hard to do a show at a baseball stadium. That's why you don't see them as often.
No, especially during the season.
Yes.
Unless there's a long break or All-Star weekend or something maybe.
Yep.
So when they tear down, or when they put the special flooring up and then they come back, they got to rebuild the pitcher's mound.
We try not to take the pitcher's mound down.
That's kind of, the pitcher's mound's got to be a specific height.
Right.
Can't vary, and so I
Put a
imagine.
box over it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to rope it off and keep people off of it.
Oh, okay. Is that what I did? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. So.
Yeah. It's very time-consuming to create the pitcher's mound and build it up again. And
I bet
the
that
clay
is.
and
So I know, and last year I think it was, and the year before, you had the pitch count or the timer that the pitch had to be thrown within a certain amount of time. And Major League has not yet implemented that. Is that true, or have they still during the season?
They have implemented, I believe, a between inning countdown.
Okay.
But not the pitch clock.
Okay.
That we've done. And in fact, the pitch clock I think is shrinking by about 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
To speed it up even more. And it was funny. There was a lot of grumbling right before it was implemented, but the players got used to it.
Sure.
And
they'll make do.
Yeah, they figured out how to work with it. It did speed up games. I think on an average, I believe between 10 and 15 minutes, the games were sped up. And that's what they're looking for, mission accomplished. So I think they're trying to shave off a few more seconds on that pitch clock and speed things up a little bit more.
Way back when I was a child, younger, baseball games would be 2.5 hours-ish or so. But I think the average over the last couple of years has been over 3, right?
It definitely crept up.
Yeah.
We're under that. We're, I think, in the 2:45 range. but yes, there's definitely times when it would get a little bit longer, and it'd go out over that 3-hour time limit. So we're definitely, looking to stay under that, and
So you guys still have the clock up, and you're
still doing the clocks.
Okay.
Yep.
Very enlightening.
Yeah.
I've learned so much now. My number one priority is usually just trying to start the wave. So
Yeah.
now I have other things to pay attention to.
Like the 50-50 raffle to help out the
Exactly.
foundation.
I'm still going to start the wave.
So if an organization wanted to be a non-for-profit, wanted to be involved in 50-50, what do they do? How do they get involved in that?
The best way to reach out to tickets at rivercats.com.
Okay.
And we have a specialist who handles the nonprofits, and she would be happy to walk you through that process.
So tickets at rivercats.com. You can also go to rivercats.com to find out more information about the River Cats. And then there's a number to call, which I cannot see without my glasses.
371 HITS.
371 HITS. So if you have questions for the River Cats or Jeff and his team, call that number or go to the website. So tickets at rivercats.com. So you'll have, how many home games do you have during the season?
We have 71 home games.
71
Holy
games.
moly.
So
Yep.
71, potentially as many as 71 charities could be involved.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's
with
really
the
no
River.
excuse to get out to a game without many opportunities to make it happen.
Absolutely. And how many day games are there, roughly? On this
Usually 5 or 6 midweek day games.
Okay.
Most are Sunday games or
Day
day
games,
games
yeah.
up until a certain point in the season. That'll be late afternoon.
Yeah. All right, you're listening to Beyond the Numbers on Money 105.5 FM, part of the Wall Street Business Network. We're going to take a break and be right back. All right, anything else you want to cover?
God, yes. I was just thinking, what else is there? What else is there?
What's next?
Well, I'll talk about this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
So, a little
What's
more
next
business
for the River Cats if there's big plans for, we kind of talked about that already.
concert.
We need to talk about next week's show, so remember when we're at the 4-minute mark, we'll wrap and then plug next
4
week.
minutes.
Well, I think,
It's crazy.
really?
I don't know, I think
4 minutes to wrap, give our contact information, banter a little bit about next week.
that's 2 minutes
Okay.
at most.
Let's try. I just don't want to cram it in and feel like
Agreed.
we're rushing.
Well, we could start at 4, not wrap up, see how it goes, and then
Okay.
if we have 2 minutes left, we'll finish up with Jeff. If we don't have 2 minutes left, then we'll do a quick round.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of what else.
We can just, anything personally going on that's exciting? Why you love Sacramento, biggest failure.
That's a good one. You like doing that. That's a
I
good
love
point.
hearing about failure.
If we can,
Biggest failure.
maybe we could talk about that. If you're okay with that.
We'll end on a high note.
Any promotions that didn't go well, or any concept for the stadium that didn't work out?
What about juicy stuff? I mean, I want to know, like, how old are the players?
Where do they stay?
Are they
Yeah, I don't want to
local?
tell. I don't want to.
Yeah.
No. But, like, average age of the player, where are they coming from?
Yeah, all around Western Hemisphere, really.
Do they
20s.
stay here?
Yeah.
We're back on. You're listening to Beyond the
Morning.
Numbers. Money 105.5 FM, part of the Wall Street Business
Smooth
Network.
Jazz this morning.
Yeah, well, funk, a little funky
Was
soul.
it Donna Summers or something?
No, that was like, I was gonna say Barry White. Lou Rawls, of course.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, close.
Definitely
Yeah.
not Barry White.
No, it's not Barry White. Okay.
Hey, baby, you're listening to Beyond the Numbers,
Yeah.
105.5.
If you want to call in, talk to us or Jeff Savage, our guest today, 866-576-1055. So I have an article from Forbes last July. About every 4 years or so, they do an article on the most valuable minor league baseball teams. And I think was probably the case in 13, but definitely was the case, or 2012, again was the case in 2016 at the River Cats. They have as the most valuable sports team, their franchise in baseball for minor league teams.
Very cool.
What they say is farm teams cater directly to fan engagement and excitement. That fun atmosphere comes at a fraction of the cost. It says take the River Cats, for instance. Baseball fans in Northern California can take part in promotional events like Star Wars Night, Baseball Bingo,
Oh, yeah.
bid
Star Wars.
on specialty jerseys during charity auctions, and even watch some of their favorite players in the flesh. And affordability is the big reason why. So Sacramento is once again the sport's most valuable team.
Great. Go Sacramento.
The AAA affiliate of the Giants, River Cats, some of the most consistently successful attendance and revenue numbers in baseball, in minor league baseball. Said in 2015, they averaged more than 9,000 fans a game. So it was 16. This was written again in July of 16. So was it similar for 2016?
Yeah, we're just under that in 16.
Okay. With a total attendance in 2015 of almost 675,000, one of the highest in the minors. They played Raley Field.
That's great.
This says team success is also due in part to a wealthy market. Median household income in the Sacramento metro area is higher than national average.
Does it say team success in part to Jeff Savage, president?
Of course, yeah.
It
the
should,
Savage
right?
Family.
Just keep
and
reading.
All they do. Yeah, it's in
It's at
there.
the very end.
Yeah. It does say that since 2000, minor league baseball clubs have opened 60 new ballparks.
Yeah, and it's a real business, and there are a lot of new stadiums and real nice stadiums around the country. You know, we get a lot of props for our stadium, and it is very nice, and we have a ton of great fans. But it's amazing if you go out and visit some of these other venues. People are really up in the game, and it's pretty neat what other stadiums are doing. And we travel and see these stadiums for the All-Star game and championship game, and we're stealing as many ideas as we can to bring them back to Sacramento.
Sure.
Well, and it says while teams are usually independently owned, such as the River Cats, there is an increasing number of baseball teams, major league teams that have bought out their minor league affiliates. And they list here the Cardinals, Phillies, and Yankees as example, and I guess the Houston Astros. So that would be a different. I mean, they come from a different. They have deeper pockets typically than a lot of the minor league teams, and so there's more they could do potentially. But then you would think that would increase costs, ticket costs, and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, it's definitely a trend that you see. Interestingly, though, the Cardinals they actually sold their AAA team, and they got out of.
Oh, is that right? So
yeah,
they were into it and they got out of it.
And they got out. Yeah, but it is a trend, and teams are purchasing up a lot of their franchises, and it just gives them a little bit more control,
Of course.
of the operation, the players, and
Some vertical integration and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Even more so.
yeah.
So the River Cats are number one in terms of most valuable. And the second team is the Charlotte Knights.
Never heard of them.
They have
AAA team.
They have a brand new stadium that's beautiful.
Okay. Charlotte, North Carolina, presumably.
Yep.
Heard of that.
Yeah. Number 3 is the Dayton Dragons, which is a single A team. Very interesting. Only single A team on the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you said Dayton, Ohio. There's not much else to do in Dayton, but nonetheless, they're still very successful.
They have a footprint, and they keep doing the same thing over and over, and they have great promotions, and they have a waiting list for season tickets. And
Wow, that's
Wow.
great. What size is their stadium? Do you know?
it's much smaller.
Yeah.
I believe it's 5,000, 6,000.
How many can Raley Field hold?
We're just over 14.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Number
more
4.
than the town I grew up in. Twice the size.
You grew up where?
Quincy.
Quincy, beautiful Quincy, yeah. Number 4 is the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs,
Yep.
which you mentioned earlier. Your manager this year was with them last year.
Correct.
Number 5 is the Columbus Clippers. These are all AAA teams except for the number 10. Number 6 is the Round Rock Express, which is in Texas.
Yep,
Right?
just outside of Austin.
Number 7, the Durham Bulls, which were, of course, if you remember Bull Durham, the movie. If you remember the movie Bull Durham,
Nope.
you're too young. Kevin Costner and what was the woman's name? Jerry, come on.
I may have
Susan
seen
Sarandon?
it.
Yes,
Fell
Susan Sarandon,
asleep.
yeah.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Number 7 was 8 is the El Paso Chihuahuas, AAA affiliate of the San Diego
They
Padres.
too have a new stadium, and they've done a great job with their the development down there.
Number 9, the Indianapolis Indians. I was there last year. And then number 10, the Frisco Rough Riders, which is Frisco, Texas. They're
Yep.
AA.
Just outside of Dallas.
Yeah. Have you been to most of those parks, the AAA ones at least?
Most of the AAA parks, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's one thing to be really proud of here in Sacramento is we're one of the only privately owned stadiums, which is really hard to do.
Absolutely.
It oftentimes doesn't pencil, and so
So a lot of times they're owned by the municipality.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And so we take a lot of pride. When we first opened the stadium, bonds were sold. It's in essence like a mortgage that we're paying off.
Right.
The downside is it's a very expensive mortgage, but then we control everything.
Absolutely.
And we don't have to get approvals for anything.
Nice.
So what's next? You're a relatively young guy. Are you grooming your kids to take over the River Cats organization?
Yeah, I think every father has that dream of having their children work with you, and that would
I don't know if my dad has that dream, but he was a plumber.
It's pretty common. He may have. You never know.
Well, his dream died on the vine.
You know, my dad had that dream, and my son or my brother and myself worked with him, and now we're working directly with our mother, and
all three family members work in the business. You,
yes.
Your brother and your mother.
Yes, we do.
It's all intricately involved, intimately involved, if you will, with the River Cats.
Yeah,
which is great. Yeah.
And so I would love to carry that on and have my son and my daughter involved in the team. It's we have many years to go. And,
yeah, they're a
and
little
so,
young for that, right?
How old are your kids?
They're 9, and then my daughter's just about 6.
Oh yeah, so you got a little runway.
Yeah, we have plenty of time. So it's I'm not going to force them to do it, but yes, it would be a great thing.
So you're rooted in Sacramento, a lot of civic pride.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere.
No, this is a great community. I grew up in the Bay Area and never thought I would live in Sacramento. I lived in San Francisco for many years, and my wife's family was from out here, and my family ended up moving out here with the team, and there were some gravitational forces that pulled me this way, and I'm really happy to be here. This is a great community, and there's a lot of exciting things going on. You know, the downtown arena, and just the restaurants and breweries, and just there's a lot of civic pride, I feel, and I think we have a lot going for us.
Absolutely.
Great. So we're going to wrap it up here. We've been talking to Jeff Savage, president of the Sacramento River Cats, AAA baseball team here in Sacramento. Real quick, we have 3 minutes to go. Real quick, any business lessons that you want to share with the audience? Lessons learned through failure, success, both?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is we keep investing in the business and keep, we're trying to keep the stadium as up to date as possible. We're not letting that slip away and slide.
Yeah, you freshen it every year with new things, new concepts.
Yeah, and so I think that's really important to we want this thing to last as long as we can, and so I think it's something my father started, and we're going to continue doing that. And it's getting more and more expensive each year, but I think it's a critical step in our process.
Agreed. Well, Jeff, thank you for being on the show today. Appreciate it. Good luck this year. Opening day is what day?
April 6th.
April 6th. And so there will be the San Jose Giants will be in town the 5th.
They'll be in town for the 5th for a scrimmage, so you can see all the young prospects. And
nice, because they're double A.
They are single A.
I'm sorry, you told me that already.
Yep.
Single A. So San Jose. Who's the double A for the Giants?
The Squirrels, the Flying Squirrels in Richmond.
Okay, the Flying Squirrels. All right,
it's a good logo.
I bet that's great. So next week, Katie, who's our guest?
We've got First Tee of Greater Sacramento,
yes.
So nonprofit youth organization for golf.
Excellent.
So they'll be on the show talking about getting youth more involved in getting out on the links, how we can get involved in their causes. A lot of cool events going on in the community this year with First Tee of Greater Sacramento.
Yeah, that's great, and it's a good time as we're rolling into spring, and baseball's around the corner, and people are starting to golf now.
A little marshy out there, but
I know,
we're starting to dream about thinking about golfing.
Yeah, absolutely. So next week, for someone from First Tee will be on. We'll be wrapping up Sports and Business Month.
Right, and then April heading into hiring and recruiting month.
Which is, you said, is extremely
my bread
busy
and butter.
right now, yeah. And
so very excited to talk about trends in hiring, benefits that employees are looking for, how we can help out other businesses in the community.
Great.
With education.
Good. So, your contact info? People want to get a hold of Katie?
Again, Katie McConnell with Clifton Larson Allen, hiring consulting practice leader, specializing in all things recruiting. Katie.mcconnell@claconnect.com, or you can reach Mark or myself at 916-784-7800.
And my name is Mark Bellows, mark.bellows@claconnect.com. Be happy to talk to you about tax issues. Give us a call.
We'll see you next week on 105.5. Yay.
Yay.
That one was pretty easy.
And you learned some stuff about
Oh my
baseball.
gosh. Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't know that you didn't pay them. That's really interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad it was easy.
Logging off.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop. Bye.